Hello everyone and welcome back to Her Story. So I have had some time, I've had a couple of weeks actually, accidentally, just to look back over and see what we need to check up on and research. So I went back through our early footage and I have deciphered through some words that we should search up in hopes of getting more information. So what we know so far is that we have archived interviews even of two people, Hannah and Eve. They are most likely twins, but they pretend to be the one person. And this was a facade throughout their entire life that they played until Simon came into the picture and then Hannah wanted him for himself, basically. And then Simon is the one that is murdered. And I think that's all we really need to catch up on. That's really important right now. So, the first thing I have here is lie detector. So, let's see.
Yes, I'll take a lie detector test.
So she's taking a lie detector test right now.
I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work? My name. That was the only question I failed. Your lie detector works.
Your lie detector works. So I have here so that the 3rd of July, which is when that one was done, is Eve. So maybe she lied and tried to say that she was Hannah. That's what I'm thinking with that one. Let's just do lie.
Well, a week or so ago. It would have been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in, then want to get up and blitz the house.
Okay, I've just wrote down birthday so that we can search that one up. Oh, here we go.
Yes, that's my birthday. Not one of the big ones, but I guess you can see that.
That's not the one I wanted to click.
It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present. No. Well, yes. You found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
Ooh. I don't think I wrote down pregnant, but I'm not sure if I looked at that in the last video.
From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up. Simon was already up and he made me birthday breakfast of Eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday, then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. It turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So
And this is when she left for Glasgow, is it? Because I'm pretty sure that's where she went. Okay, so now I want to look at job, because she mentioned a job.
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything else. quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked at Till.
Okay.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school.
That's how
So
the
it didn't
children
matter
say
if I
happy
could cook
birthday
or not,
to
just don't poison the kids.
Mhm.
So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us, there's always been pressure. And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. You know? Plus, he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
Okay. So now we're going to set up all work. We're going to see if we can get any more within this field.
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the Glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle. No. I'm not sure what Strange would be, but he hasn't been acting odd. He's been busy at work, but nothing too stressful.
I am writing down so much stuff right now. We can get rid of them. Let's search up children. Here we go.
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. How many of these in colour? Do you have children? Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
Okay, we can cross that one off. Did I do pregnant? I'm not sure. I did that. Sorry.
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days.
Sick again. Is she pregnant?
I'm pregnant. It's morning sickness.
She's pregnant? Pardon? How the fuck is she pregnant?
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
Oh my god. Okay. Morning sickness. This isn't on my thing, but I just want to look. Prank, why not? See if that, no. That was dumb. Okay. Shy, why not? I have that here.
No, he was as shy as me. I asked a friend to ask him out for me. We had our first date at the Odeon in North End. We went to see Risky Business. I had on my one best dress. Simon paid. He bought me a Whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth.
Complicated is my next note. And then I've got the speech, just the two of us.
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us.
Okay. Now we're gonna look at the glaziers. Here we go.
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaziers.
Work at
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope. No, everyone loved Simon. He's a glazier, he doesn't have much money. I don't know.
okay. I'm gonna put money in our thing. We're kind of just getting a loose ends. We're not getting anything to do with our case here. We're strayed a little bit away, I think.
Sure, I think. I do all the bills and paperwork and handle all the money stuff, so it should be easy for me to find. Do you want them dropped off to you?
There's gotta be a way.
If you put me on You've Been Framed, I want the money.
There's gotta be a way to be able to distinguish between the two. Because there's two people being interviewed, they're twins. It's Hannah and Eve, but there's gotta be a way to distinguish between the two. It could be something to do with the hair. Eve was the one that did the lie detector test, so let's look at what her hair is. Her hair's down. Okay, and then if we do go back to money, so her hair's down. So I'm gonna take a note and say that that could be Eve. Her hair's down, so that could be Eve. Her hair's up, so that one's definitely Hannah. Her hair's up. That's definitely Hannah. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out here. Alright, so now I'll go back to my pre-made ones. We're gonna do stories.
Okay. Sounds weird. I'm not great at making up stories.
Okay. We have that date confirmed. Making up lies. Lie. Liar. Give me something. Give me something out of nothing. If it's not too late. Code. Oh, hello.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book. The knock code.
The knock
Something
code.
prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
I'm gonna add that there. And I know when she mentioned Eve once, she did the same thing. So I'm going to save them too, because we're gonna figure that out. We're gonna figure out what those mean. Anyway, hiding. No. Hate. No. Fight. Fighting. Finally, something out of nothing.
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing and she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
Okay. So, what can we do? What can we do? Angry. Bored. I don't know. What is this stuff? I'm gonna... This one automatically... Oh. That's just... Database checker. Okay. So this is how much we've gone through, I think. Where can we sit back? Oh, bless me. Set that there. Okay, so interview. We'll try and fill in some of the dots here.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags. Pulled them open, saw the body.
Saw the body?
I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
Okay. Do we know where that was?
No, well, the police let me back in the house. And they let me take a bag of clothes with me, but... Yeah. 1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring, and my parents died in the summer. It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It's just awful.
I think that's the bodies of the parents.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, I mean, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
Okay. So I think up here, near the star, is where we're gonna get our key information. I think so. The first day that is there, that she's there. But I want to do more about bodies.
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes. I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen. I found the body.
She needs to cover up her tracks. She doesn't remember. So the first one's definitely... I think that's Eve. Eve, and she's trying to cover up her tracks.
His body. It didn't look real. And his throat. It looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick glasses. He doesn't always wear.
Okay. Oh, there's another
Really?
guitar solo.
Here's the rest.
Oh, here's the rest of that song.
Laid a body on the dock to dry. Oh, the wind and the rain, till a fiddler with a fiddle came walking by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle bow of her long hair. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made a fiddle bow of her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. interesting, maybe used as evidence against you.